Hello there, my fellow farmer Franklin Delano Roosevelts. On this video, we're going to learn how to farm some garbanzo beans, some good King Henry, and some fiddlehead. So go ahead and grab your manure spreaders, and let's get started. So as you'll see on the top right corner, there are three types of colored gems in this game. There's yellow, red, and blue. On this video, I'm going to show you how to get about 5,000 of each of those in about 15 minutes, which is pretty good. You don't need a lot of health. I did this with about 3,500 health, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a little bit more health if you can. Go ahead and check out my farming playlist on my channel, and you'll see how to farm 140,000 credits in about 3 or 4 minutes. So pretty easy, as well as how to get the weapons you need to do that farming as well. So this mission, you also want a pretty high level weapon. You want a AA weapon. However, it's not too hard to get. So let's go back here for a second. If you go to the database here, look at enemy records. You want to look at mystic spiders. And these are the enemies you're going to want to kill to unlock this satellite weapon. You want about a couple hundred of these. So you can look at your combat record and see how many you have. Enemies defeated. Let's see here. Enemies defeated here, and you can take a look at your mystic spiders and see how many you've actually have killed. It usually unlocks about a couple hundred, but let's go ahead and show you where you can find these at first here. The mission you want to farm for those mystic spiders is you want to farm mission 41. From what I've heard from other people having problems unlocking this weapon is you may want to kill some of the small spiders. So like start up the mission, you can play it on easy because it doesn't matter what difficulty you play it on. But start the mission on easy, grab like a quick reload explosive weapon so you can kill the small spiders pretty easily. And just farm a few of them at the beginning here. Let me show this really quickly. Just farm a few of the small spiders at the beginning for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or something, and then go through the mission and kill them. You might have some better success with that, but you're going to want to kill a couple hundred of these mystic spiders to unlock this weapon. So it's not too bad since you can do it on easy. And that'll unlock the giant missile, which I'll show here in a moment. First, I just want to show right here, it's right here at the beginning where the spiders will start spawning little ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and go forward here. This mission isn't too long either. But you'll see that there's a bunch of these little spiders here will start spawning over and over again, and you can just use explosive weapon here just to kill a few of them, or quite a few of them at a time. They spawn really quickly, so it's not too hard to get a bunch of them killed. Now, I would recommend just farming a few of these, like I said, for 5-10 minutes, and then go ahead and finish the mission. You might have better success with it. But yeah, you want to farm these spiders here, which I'll show. They're right here, these white ones, pretty nasty looking. So let me go ahead and end this. So that's how you unlock the weapon. Let me show you the name of the weapon here. Alright, and the name of the weapon is, it's under satellite weapons. It is the AA Super Missile Galileo II. This thing does 160,000 damage, 80-second reload. This thing costs $1 million and 5,000 of each of the energy gems. However, if you check out the farming playlist, like I said on my channel once again, for the farming credits, you'll notice you get 140,000 in about 4 minutes in that way. And you don't need a lot of health, and the weapon is pretty easy to get for that farming. So it only takes about 8 times, and you have $1 million. So it's not too bad to get this weapon unlocked either. And then for the 5,000 of each of the energy gems, you can always do this mission that I'm recommending here on hard until you get the credits you need for the yellow, red, and blue. But you can use this one that's below here. But regardless, it's not too hard to get the 5,000 of each of those blue credits, blue, red, and yellow. So the mission you want to do is you want to do the very last mission. So I will say that ahead of time, I will say spoiler warning. This is the last mission, the last boss of the game. So if you don't want to see it, you may not want to watch this video. But I will skip the cutscenes. But you want to play this mission on disaster difficulty. The reason you want disaster is because it gives you the most amount of the colored energy gems. If you play it on hard, you only get about 1,000, 1,500 of each of the colored gems. If you play it on disaster, you get about 5,000 of each of the colored gems. I have seen various different drop numbers of each of the colored gems. Like one time I've seen, you know, 5,000 of each. One time I've seen 8,000 of yellow, 2,000 of red, 6,000 of blue. I've seen like just various spreads of those numbers, but usually it's typically about 5, 5, and 5 if you play on Disaster. If you need a few of the colored energy gems to unlock the AA weapon that I showed earlier, then you may want to play it on hard a couple times to get it. But I would say that you definitely want to play it on Disaster once you have the weapon unlocked. Now, as far as equipment goes, like I said, I would recommend for class-wise, I would recommend taking the jet lifter, and of course you want 2 of the super missiles as your weapons. But then for equipment, I would recommend taking, especially if you have lower health, I would recommend taking a green feeder. The reason I say green feeder over the drone healer is because the green feeder you can use in addition to a drone defense. So take one of your best green feeders, and then I would also take the PR Guardian. You only need one of them, so you can take the lowest level one, the 20.1 cost one. It gives you medium defense for 45 seconds, and then a cook feeder just in case. But I would say mainly just the green feeder and the PR Guardian, just to make it a little safer. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the mission 52, and show you how it's done. Alright, first of all, let me show you, this is how much you get on hard. You get quite a bit less. You get, this particular run I got 1,000, and 3,000, but it can be like 1,500, 2,000, just various within that range. But you're gonna get substantially less. Alright, so this is the Disaster version. So first thing you want to do when you come in is you want to call in the 2 missiles and try and aim at the top of his head. For some reason it just seems more accurate. I'm not sure why, but it seems more consistent if you hit the top of his head rather than like the front of his face or something. So once you do that, you want to fly to the right here. You'll see 2 staircases, one right there and one to the right of it. So the first staircase you want to go to is this double staircase here. There's a rock underneath here, and you can just walk right up against that rock. You can't go any further. You can kind of just get jammed in there, and you can't go any further, and you just turn to the right, and then you can see him. So what you want to do is you want to, like I said, call in those first 2 missiles, and then wait until your missile launchers reload again, and then call in 2 more. And then you can go to the second set of staircase and wait your 15 minutes. So it takes about a couple of minutes to set up, but not too bad. Let me go ahead and fast forward this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this while I'm reloading. And then once of course they reload in about 80 seconds, then you just go ahead and fire the 2 again. You can fire on the front of his face, it's fine on this one. I haven't had any issues with that. Alright, there we go, fire off 2 again. And then once you do this, you want to head over to the other staircase. So, I'll wait till he shoots though. Usually the time works out to where he just shoots, so make sure you're not flying in there when he shoots at you. But once it's safe, head over to the left here, and go underneath this staircase and walk as close as you can to that staircase, and then you can just stay there. The way you'll know that it's the next phase is the screen will flash white, because the next part of the story is happening. So he'll be in his 3rd phase. And it'll also say large energy signal coming from the Raznid. Alright, here, so now the screen's going to flash white. Don't look at poor Timmy there, he's not going to make it through. Oh my goodness, please. Evade your eyes, please. Please, yes. Okay. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Alright, so now this is where you can set your timer and just go for as long as you want. I mean, I was doing 15 minutes because, like I said, it is possible to die here because, it is... that disaster difficulty, but with your green feeder and with your defense, and also I recommend doing overcharge at the end, you should be pretty safe. But it is possible to die. I have died once here before, but now he's going to actually do all the work for you. His giant attacks are going to kill the enemies that are spawning and attacking you, so he'll collect a bunch of gems right above you, which I'll show here in a moment. So now let me go ahead and fast forward to the 15 minutes here, and then we'll come back when it's done. Alright, it's been 15 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my defense, and I'm going to wait till I see a large attack come at me. So it's a smart idea to just make sure you see and do at least one large attack. He does a large meteor, so he did his large attack. I came out, I used my defense, and I'm going to go ahead and collect all these gems. I'm also going to do overcharges to be safe. You definitely want to look at him. Like when you fly out there, definitely take a look at him, make sure he's not firing anything at you slowly or anything like that. And then once you collect all those gems, you can go back underneath this first staircase you were at initially, and then you can turn around and look at him and fire off your last 2 missiles, which will kill him. And then you can end the mission that way. You are safe here from his attacks as well, his giant attacks. But yeah, with the defense, with the green feeders in case you need it, you're going to be pretty safe. So those 2 missiles come in and it's mission over. Definitely be careful, like I said, if you don't want to get hit by those large attacks. But there you go. So that's the end. I'm going to skip the cutscenes here now, just to end it. And you'll see my total time was like 18 minutes, I think. Let's take a look here, and I get 18 minutes for setup for the beginning, and then I got 3, 8, and 5. Like I said, it varies, but you're going to get typically you're going to get 5, 5, and 5, somewhere around there, but it can vary, like as you can see there. But yeah, not too bad. Like I said, you can go longer than that, but like I said, be careful. You don't want to die at the end and waste all that time, but you can at least set your controller and just go away and do something while you're waiting for it, which is pretty nice. So this seems like the best way to do it because of the fact that you get all 3 gems on one mission, and it's pretty easy setup. So I definitely like this way the best, I think. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and remember, EDF doesn't leave men behind. It's for real. And if you're interested in ways to support the channel, please consider hitting the join button next to the subscribe button, or watching a few ads, or sharing the channel with someone, as it does help financially. It's very much appreciated. Hope to see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.